In our work, we put our bodies to the test daily, whether it is sitting all day or engaging in physically demanding tasks. As business owners, what cost-effective options do we have to support our health? In today's episode, we will discuss this topic, so stay with us.
Welcome to the Business Lessons in Denmark podcast. I'm Rezsö and my conversation partner is Katalin Balog, the owner of the accounting firm Cool Accounts APS. Hi Kati, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Well, I've been better, honestly.
Oh, what happened?
My back hurts really badly. I've been on the go all week, and over the weekend I had a wedding photo shoot where I had to stand from Saturday morning until early Sunday morning.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Get well soon.
Thanks, Kati. We'd love to go to a masseur or a chiropractor because unfortunately this has become an issue lately.
Oh, I see. Well, that's a great idea. It would probably help.
Yeah, I really hope so. Speaking of massage, I heard about something called office massage, and it got to me thinking. If I went to a masseur, could I write it off as an expense in my company? After all, this back pain is work-related.
I see. Yes, office massage and several other health services that businesses can provide for their employees do exist. Besides massage, there are services like acupuncture, chiropractic care, reflexology, smoking or alcohol cessation programs, counseling, and so on. But these are subject to some conditions.
Yeah, okay, and what are these conditions?
To use these services, there must be a direct connection between the type of treatment and the work.
Okay, so for example, a cleaner might need a massage because they bend all day and do repetitive movements, and an office worker might need it because they sit at their desk in the same posture most of the day.
Yes, exactly. Moreover, for several health services, it's also required that the necessity is backed up by a medical certificate, or the company must make it available to all its employees.
I see. But Kati, you keep talking about employees. As a sole proprietor, can't I use such services and write them off as expense in my business?
You can use such services, but unfortunately, you can't write them off as business expenses because for sole proprietors, these are considered private expenses.
Well, that's not very good news.
Oh, I understand. The main purpose of these tax-free benefits is for companies to support their employees in preventing or treating health problems from work.
I see. Well, this is a bit unfortunate because as a sole proprietor, I work just as hard as employees, and I can also have work-related physical programs.
Yes, absolutely. But only employees can use these tax-free. The tax office's regulations specifically highlight that sole proprietors cannot deduct the cost of massage, chiropractic care, physiotherapy, or similar health services for themselves or their working spouses. These are considered private expenses for them.
So I have to pay for the masseur or chiropractor out of my own pocket, which won't be cheap. Maybe it would be a good investment if both my wife and I took a massage course, and then we could give free office massages for each other.
See, when you think in terms of solutions, brilliant ideas can come to mind.
I don't know, it was just a thought.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't think these rules are fair.
I understand. But this isn't the only benefit that sole proprietors cannot use for themselves, but can provide tax-free for their employees.
Maybe this is because lawmakers fear it might lead to abuse. You know that people will try to play the system.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason behind it. But if I may suggest a perhaps more common and widespread solution, why don't you get a health insurance?
Oh, and what is that?
There are various solutions, and there are insurance companies that offer plans specifically covering these health services like massage, chiropractic care, acupuncture, and much broader health services, actually. And if you have such insurance, part of the cost is reimbursed.
Oh, I see. That sounds really good.
Yeah. Or another popular option is to get health insurance together with pension savings. Small business owners can take advantage of it with very favorable terms, and then you get a certain number of sessions with a chiropractor free each year, as well as acupuncture and many other things.
I will think about this.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Many of my clients have such insurance, and it's a good way to handle work-related issues. Many business owners put their bodies through a lot of strain daily, so it's good to be prepared to maintain yourself without major expenses.
Yes, it would indeed be nice if I could just go to the chiropractor without having to pay a fortune.
Yes, exactly.
And one more question, Kati. If I had an APS, what is a limited liability company, would the situation be different?
It depends. If it were a single person APS, meaning only you, the owner, were in the company, then it would still not be possible to deduct the costs in your company without paying personal taxes on it. But if you had employees and these services were equally available to all employees, including yourself, then it would be possible.
Okay. So the moral of the story is that I need to grow my business. It seems the larger a company, the more opportunities there are even for the owner.
Yes. Well, what else can I say? This is how the world works.
Well, thank you, Kati, for the conversation today. I learned something new again. Thanks to the listener for being with us. We will be back next week. In the meantime, enjoy the Danish summer.
Yeah, which is never boring. You are welcome, Rezsö, and see you next week.
Today's episode was sponsored by Cool Accounts APS. If you don't want to struggle along with your business, finances, and taxes, contact us through our website www.accounts.cool. And don't forget to subscribe and follow our Facebook page for useful and up-to-date information. We wish you a successful week.